If you're ordering General Tso's chicken, I think this recipe might be for you. We're not going to be using chicken. We're going to switch it up with pork, Korean style Tangsuyuk. That's Korean for sweet and sour pork. This is a Korean-ized Chinese dish, and it's probably the number 1 or number 2 selling sort of meat dish in Korea. For people who had it, you know what it tastes like. It's delicious. It's sweet, sour pork. Let's go. For a very crispy fry, the secret is starch powder. Today we're going to be using potato starch powder, and we need 1 cup. 1 cup in. And we want to create a wet batter with mostly starch base. So we're going to start by adding some water. The amount doesn't matter just as long as you get it covered. Alright, we give it a nice mix around. The starch powder is much more dense than water, so it'll settle back down. It's going to take 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's prep our meat. I have 400 grams of pork loin, and we're going to cut them first into 1/4 inch pieces. Once you slice them into 1/4 inch slices, then we're going to just slice them into strips. So strips, something like this. Put them into a mixing bowl. Alright, then some basic seasoning. Add a little bit of mirin to get rid of any odors. Then some salt. And then a couple shakes of black pepper. And then just get in there with your hands. And we'll just set this aside for now. 1/3 of a carrot, 1 small onion, and 1/4 of a green and red bell pepper. And then we have these Korean wood ear mushrooms. This is optional, of course, if it's hard to find. You can add any fresh vegetables that you like. Oh, and fresh pineapples taste amazing in this as well. I don't have it right now, but add if you like. For the onions, let's just make graceful slices. Carrots, I just like to cut into long angles like this. And for the bell peppers, let's just take rough chops, like mini rectangles. If you buy wood ear mushrooms, they come dehydrated like this, and we just have to put them in some water. Let's move all of this to a small bowl. So now these mysterious mushrooms have grown. We'll chop them in half and put them in the vegetables. So now it's been about 30 minutes. If you look, starch is on the bottom and water is on top. Let's just get rid of this water. And once you take out that residual water, you're left with concrete. It's so hard. We want an egg white, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. That's 1 and 4. And this is going to require a little bit of muscle. Oh wow, it's hard. Oh wow. This is what's going to make it extra crispy. And once you get it lifted up a little bit, then we're going to pour in our pork pieces. Get on Mr. Gloves, and we're going to mix this together. Alright guys, that's set. We're ready to fry. Alright guys, then we're going to put in some oil into a pot. Let's get this on a medium-high heat. We're going to bring this up to about 170 degrees. And for an extra crispy skin, we're going to do a double fry. I'm going to pretend like my hand can gauge the heat. You can put in your chopsticks. And if you see a lot of bubbles coming up like that, that's about the time. It doesn't have to be exact heat, guys. Guys, look at that color and that sound. Ooh, so nice. Make sure that they don't stick to each other. So for the initial fry, it's going to look white like this. We'll take them out. Nice crispy coating on the top. Guys, notice that I'm using different chopsticks. The wet one I keep here, and then I use another chopsticks. Guys, this is from the first fry, and you're going to be so tempted to eat this. Well, just try one. Doesn't matter. We're going to raise the heat back up to about a 180, and then we're going to put all of this in at once and give it a quick fry. And we're going to let this cook for about 1 minute so it gets a nice golden brown. Now guys, take a look at that perfect color. Oh gosh, let's take it off. You could just take a sample of this. Wow. We need 1 1/4 cup of water. That's 1 cup. That's a 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. This is going to give it some color. Then a 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then 7 tablespoons of sugar. That's 1, 2, and 7. Then let's bring this up to boil. And while we wait for that to come up, put 3 tablespoons of starch powder. 1, 3. Then just pour a little bit of water and just mix it around. And this is going to help thicken up this sauce. And once that comes up to boil, we're going to put in all of our vegetables. And as soon as that comes right back up to boil, so mix and add like 3 to 5 tablespoons. Check the consistency. Let's get some of our sauce on top. Wow, that looks amazing. That's so good. 2018, General Tso is gonna lose some business. And also the vegetables are very good too. See you guys.
Hello.